Welcome everyone to another wonderful episode here at Jaws Podiatry. We have a young patient who has presented with a little pooch. Super cute service dog. We love service dogs. Chief complaint, bilateral plantar super duper painful calluses, which are affecting daily life activities. Secondary to pes cavus, high arched feet, putting all the pressure on the forefoot. Let's get to work. Okay, so this one is underneath the fifth metatarsal head. We already used the Trisoft. There's the core. The core. We're going to enucleate. I love that word. We're going to enucleate the corn. And again, we don't want to really remove too much because that's going to create more discomfort. The callus is acting kind of like a buffer. I guess you guys call this the Parmesan cheese, right?
Parmesan Reggiano.
Reggiano. Parmesan Reggiano. Just palpating here. I'll take a little bit from here. No more than this. We'll continue. More than this will continue to create discomfort. So we're going to stop here. That's good. You guys can easily see from this. I don't know if you can appreciate that from there, Caesar, but there's a, it's kind of like a crater at that point. So here on the left foot, as everyone can clearly see, we have not one, not two, but three. 1, 2, 3 underneath the sesamoids, right? Metatarsal head, metatarsal head. We'll start off with the smaller one there. I like to, and I think the patient, no, that was a three-way for a second. I thought there was a little bit of oil, cream, or this one has no core. It's more of a callus, not necessarily an IPK, intractable porokeratoses. Okay, that's really good there. Let's go to this one. Okay, so we'll start here slowly. We'll go through the cap first. Very carefully around the periphery. You're doing great. You okay? Okay, good.
even without the cap, very, very, very. Still at this level, the callus is pretty tough, rough and tough. This has to be extremely painful. I can already feel the metatarsal head. Cases like this, we already made further recommendations, whether it's orthotics, whether it's minimally invasive surgery. Sometimes we use a lot of fat, right? We inject fat to replenish the fat that has melted away, to create that Tempur-Pedic mattress. See, this is skin right here. We want to stay away from this area here. This is not callus. No joke. It's easier to do it this way from the side just because, and you guys can actually see the cores right here. How you doing on there? Okay? Okay, good. I'm not talking a whole lot in this video because I'm letting everyone fall asleep. Talk about a monster corn. This is a mammoth. Ginormous. And again, this is healthy skin. All of this. A little bit of callus here. These can eventually lead to, we're gonna leave it like that. Oof. Wow. There's not much more to take. After this, let me see if I can pick a little bit more. After this, that's it. The underlying here, you see, right here. After this, that's it. We cut the skin. Okay. Ready? This is one hell of a close-up. Woo! Okay, so one of the instruments that we have in our virtual store, our new virtual store, is this wand, so to speak. This is the in this particular case, the cheese grater, right? Reggiano, Parmigiano grater, here you go. So it's got the cores, right? Fine. So, you know, it's got this little, I don't know if you guys can see this little dell right here and here. That's, you know, just for pressure. So I would just use first in this particular case, and people would probably just kind of go like that, right? And you can clearly see the difference, right? If it's flush, like this one is, right? And you can see the Parmigiano Reggiano just coming down, right? And I'm not really putting a lot of pressure on purpose, because this is, again, you have to be very, very careful. And then we flip it around, and then obviously this is just really just like sandpaper, right, on this side. Look at that, really nice. You know, for something like this, I'd be, you know, also very careful. Not here. You'll basically cut the skin. You know, go like this, bring out the, you know, the entire callus, and then there comes the Parmigiano Reggiano. Definitely not mozzarella. Okay. And, you know, just kind of work it. It's like snowing. Snowing in Miami. And then again, the other side. Get the periphery. Remember, don't do this, because you're obviously gonna harm this. Always use just the tip there, right? Just like that, look how nice. Really soft. For anyone that might be thinking, well, there's more callus there. There's a tiny little bit more, but again, like I said, after that callus, there's a very, very fragile skin, and then that's it. You'll start walking and the skin will eventually break down. And then we have another problem. It's called an ulceration. Let's go ahead and, this is, you know, the one underneath the sesamoid. This is going to be, this is an IPK. It's going to be deep. Let's enucleate this one. Okay, so, you know, last but not least, I apologize in advance. You know, every time I put pressure, it definitely causes discomfort. We get really, really comfortable here. Here we go. There's the core there. Start trimming the periphery a little bit. It's really important to really trim the periphery to try to make the area flush. Now we'll end up cutting the skin around it. We don't want that. See, like there. Let's go a little bit sideways here. There we go. Dr. Widener, how do you know when to stop? I feel it. I feel it. And I see it. See if we can take a little bit more out of this core here. For anyone that's wondering if they heard that noise, it's not Caesar. it's not me, and it's not the patient. It's a little service dog who has, I guess, a little bit of shortness of breath, maybe? Yes? A little bit of shortness of breath, no big deal. Just kidding, it is a big deal.
Collapsing trachea.
Collapsing trachea? And I have 2 dogs myself, so I was gonna say the dog definitely doesn't smoke cigarettes. I love that laugh, dude. Oh, come on. Okay, now what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead. I think that's the first time Caesar has ever laughed at one of my not so funny jokes.
That jokes.
I'm sorry?
That jokes.
Yeah, well, again, start slow. Use the other side. I'm going like this to make sure the skin doesn't kink. Boom. Look at that. I mean, look, even this still. 1 metatarsal, 2 metatarsal. Yeah, you know, even me just going like this, it really, really hurts. This is gonna feel better. It may feel worse before it feels better, if that makes any sense. Okay, we're all done. Prevention is the key. Custom molded orthotics, which, you know, we spoke about. You know, fat grafting, fat, and last but not least, as a last resort, which we spoke about, minimally invasive procedure. Or, you know, just to bring all those metatarsals up. 10-15 minute procedure. I think this was a good case for a lot of great reasons. I'm sorry? Thank you. You're very, very welcome. And we'll get some oxygen for the little pooch. As always, we will continue to do what we do, education at the core. We will continue to educate the world, 1 foot, 1 toe, and several painful calluses at a time. Caesar, I wish you would laugh like that more often. Have a nice day, everyone.